Shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem HaShah, B'Shem HaKadosh. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives of freedom and do so now more so than ever. May the calling of election be upon your house. Amen. We seek out the kingdom of Yahweh Shem HaShah first, and all these things shall be added unto you. You know, everything that you lose on this side, the Lord is going to return to you 100-fold, whether it be family, friends, women, children, all of the things that you'll be putting behind Yahweh Shem HaShah, and the promise and the destiny of this new kingdom. All right. The Lord said if you prioritize Him, all right, pretty much He's going to make it so that we'll have these things 100-fold. But I just had this vision or a dream. It was pretty much, having this little argument with my brother, my brother in the world. And it seems to be a little bit of contention between me and him over the coming years. Not only since I've been younger, but as I've developed and come into the truth and started to serve and worship Yahweh by Shem HaShah. That really took him for a turn, and it's put a strain on our relationship to the point that he don't fuck with me and I don't really fuck with him, and I'm sure that's something that's like in the back of my mind, you know what I'm saying? But pretty much in the dream or whatever, it's like he was like, trying to make it seem like his life is harder than mine and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know the half. You don't even know the half. Like, serving Yahweh by Shem HaShah is not easy, bro. But anyways, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against his mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So the Lord is coming to divide. The Lord is not coming to, you're going to keep your family with you and, we're going to go into the kingdom of heaven. No. The Lord said the variance against a man and his father. Okay? And it was like that when my father was alive. I would come to him and I would tell him about the gospel of Yahweh by Shem HaShah. And he will protest. He will protest because, the Lord didn't open up his mind fully. He was still a plantation Christian church dogma. All right, he had a position within the plantation Christian church, and even though sometimes some of the things that I was saying he understood was right, and he was misdirected when it came to the laws of Yahweh Shem HaShah, when it came to the genealogy and who the real people are and who the Edomites are and who the apostles are. He kind of he didn't really take heed to any of that stuff. And he just wanted to continue in that dogma. So that put a variance against us, but at the same time, it came to the point where my father actually respected my shit because I was actually a mighty man of Yahweh by Shem HaShah, when it came down to understanding the scriptures. All right. But yeah, the Lord is not coming to bring peace. All right. It says, Matthew 10 and 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. That's right. And a lot of people think that, they're cool, serving Yahweh Shem HaShah in secret. They think they're cool, worshiping Yahweh Shem HaShah in secret. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to let people know. And that's exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying? Coming into this knowledge and the truth, I let everybody know that, I serve Yahweh Shem HaShah. Alright? It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. That's right. A sword divides. A sword cuts things in half. Alright? In a literal form and in metaphorical. Because the Lord is actually going to bring a glittering sword, glittering spear, the nuclear missiles, the concentrated fire that comes from those chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, that's all part of the Lord's sword, man. All right, this word is a sword. Okay, this word is like a quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. So the Lord is coming to do a lot. The Lord is doing a lot. All right, and definitely not no peace though. All right, the Lord is stirring shit up. All right, it's going to continue to get worse. All right, but the point that I'm trying to make, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." So it's going to be your own people that have a problem with you, that have a problem with the truth. You know, they're going to be, stuck in the white man's, the so-called white man, the Edomites, their dogma. All right, their wicked customs. All right, their wicked ideology. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be mad at you because you don't want to conform to that shit. All right, the scripture say, "Be not conformed to this world, but be renewed be renewed by your mind, by the spirit of your mind." All right. As a matter of fact, this is Romans 12:2. "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh by Shema Shai." That's right. So we're not into, conforming. We're not into aligning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. So we're not supposed to be conforming to these people, man. We're not supposed to be aligning ourselves in the thought pattern of these people. As much as you feel like, oh no, there's protection and there's comfort in doing what everybody else does, until Yahweh Shai get here, all right, it's not going to be no protection and comfort. As a matter of fact, doing that is making yourself naked. All right, because the scripture says that those that cover themselves with my spirit, with that of not of my spirit. All right. So in the end, it's gonna come back to bite you. All right. But yeah, they look at us, brothers in the face, like, oh, he's weird. He's in some kind of cult. He's got some crazy kind of belief system. When all it is that we're breaking down the scriptures the correct way, all right, and with the right understanding, all right. The Lord did not give the understanding to your family. The Lord did not give the understanding to your siblings. The Lord did not give the understanding to your father, to your mother. He gave the understanding to you. He chose you. The Lord didn't give the understanding to your friends. He gave the understanding to you. And with that responsibility, you have to go out there and do the work of an evangelist, or do the work of a servant of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, that's our calling in life, So, yeah, man. When it comes down to it, the Lord said He's gonna give us 100-fold. I'm gonna break that down. This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? That's right. When you come into this truth, you forsake everything. Okay? You forsake all these niggas. Alright, all this wickedness. All these wicked holidays, these wicked customs, these wicked heathenistic customs. Alright? Like I said, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So there's a transformation that happens, all right, where you truly step upon faith in Yahweh Shemashai. All right, you transform the way that you eat, the way that you talk, the way that you move, how you deal with things. You know, you deal more with the fear of the Lord, and you examine things differently. You know, you try to deal wisely, or the Lord puts that wisdom in you to deal wisely. You know, you avoid certain people, certain lifestyles. All right, and you just in the cuff waiting on Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right, for the most part. All right, it says, and Yahweh Shai said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit everlasting life. That's right. Okay. So he said, if you can forsake all of these things, I'm gonna give you 100-fold, and I'm gonna give you an everlasting life. So it's like, if that was a deal that somebody put on the table, which one would you choose? You're gonna choose 100-fold and everlasting life. All right, because there's no point in holding fast to anything here. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean to just like say F everybody and say, oh, I don't care about my kids no more, I'm on some other. It just means to love them less. You know what I mean? And shit, our people, they're not about Yahweh by Shema Shai, so it severs. There's a severance. All right, because even Yahweh Shai was like that, and that's what I was gonna go grab, because he said, "Who's my mother? Who's my brother? Those that do the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai." You really want to be connected with like-minded brethren, so that you can finish the goal. You know, you need a team to help you finish the goal. All right, all of us have the same goal, which is what? To endure and make it into the kingdom. All right, the only way we're going to endure is by being on fire. Right, not being lukewarm, not camping, doing a camp every fucking 3 months, every fucking 7 months. Nah, you gotta be on fire. You gotta be putting out these camp lessons weekly, daily. You know what I'm saying? So that this word can go out, so we can get the fuck out of here, man. Get to the kingdom of heaven, man. And the only ones that's gonna keep you accountable is the other brothers and men of Yahweh by Shema Shai that's also out there fighting the good fight of faith. Everybody else, they don't really give a damn. They don't even understand the battle or the race that we're in for the kingdom of heaven. So they don't even understand it. You know? But yeah, the Lord said He's gonna give us 100-fold. So I'm not getting into no verbal disputes with no family members about what I do with my life. You know, family still is like lost. You know, they don't really understand the mighty men of Yahweh by Shema Shai. Matthew 12:46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brother stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his arm toward his disciples, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my mother's and sister and brother. I'm saying? Same as my brother and sister and mother. That's right. So our family is those that are laboring in the ministry. Those are our real family. All right, because at the end of the day, everybody else is just, they're not part of the household of faith. You know, they're on the outside. They're not really like working toward getting this goal. And Yahushua, he pressed toward the mark. You know, he's all about finishing the work, and that's what he did. And it's the same way with the brethren in the faith. All they care about is pressing toward the mark and finishing the work, so that they can what? Receive everlasting life, receive a glorious kingdom. You know? And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying.